All right, everyone. Welcome to the playthrough for our session one, uh, scenario one. I'm sorry, session one, scenario one for Dice Throne Adventures solo play for the Artificer. If you haven't already check out the setup for this campaign so you have an idea of how it happened. Other than that, we are ready to go right into it here, and we are going to draw our 4 cards. I did shuffle, and these are the cards that I have here. We have one more time, a Sixit, Conductivity, and a Bobai. So we do start with our 2 CP, 25 health, and we're ready to get right into it here. So the way I'm going to tackle this here is I am probably going to go after this one first, and then head over here and pick up this shard, come back over here, maybe pick up that one, or come down here, see how we're at. I may come down here and try to tackle that one when I have a little bit more health. Come back this way, and then we'll see if we can clear out all the tiles, or if we just need to go there if I can make it through. So we'll go ahead and start off, and we'll go right there. And it's going to be a Scorched Desert. So we gain 1 gold, and any hero discards a salve. Alternatively, roll a die, gain 1, 2, burn and discard a card. 3, 4, receive 6 damage on a 5 or 6, gain 1 treasure. So that is a pretty difficult thing to, that's my first time going after this one. So we have to make sure we get our 1 gold. And any hero discards a salve. We only have 2 to start with. About a 3, 4 is about the only thing I really don't want to get here. But 1, 2, and a 5, 6 is pretty interesting. I do have a Babai to get rid of the burn. So let's go ahead and chance it here. We are going to chance it. I want to keep that salve best I can here. And it's a 4. Unfortunately, it is a 4. I don't have anything to change it. Yes, I do have a 6-hit, but this is during the offensive rolling phase. So this is not usable during that time. So we are going to be taking our 6 damage right out of the gate. Alrighty, and now we are going to go up against a Street Rat. Okay, so I haven't seen this person, but this minion before. It has 10 health, 4 CP, and is looking for the straights. So this is what it looks like here. Alrighty, so it does not have first strike, meaning that we get to go first. So we have an upkeep phase, which is we gain 1 synth for our passive ability, draw 1 card, and gain 1 CP for our income phase. And we are able to get Robo Revenge, which will be really good to get. Let's go ahead and use our Conductivity. So we're going to roll a die here, and we gain 2 more CP. So we have 5 now. Alrighty, and let's go ahead. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to use the Artificer's ability here. During the main phase, I can spend 2 tokens to build a basic bot. So I'm going to build a basic bot, spend 2 tokens, and I'm going to get my shock bot, and then spend another 2 to get heal bot. So I'm out of synth now. I'm going to keep all of my status upgrades right over here, or status tokens, so you can see it. But we do have now a basic and shock bot and heal bot. So we'll go ahead and start rolling here. I'm looking for schematics, which is going to be a 6, and then a 5 or a 4 after that. So let's start rolling and see what happens. Alrighty, so we have a whole lot of that. We're going to keep the 3 gears here. and see if we can get that 6. Ah, we do. Alrighty. So we have 4, 5, 6, which is fine, but we have schematics, so we can draw 2 cards. So we got a not this time and get that out of here, which is excellent. And then heal 2, so we're back to 21. And we gain 4 synth. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Because we did not attack the street rat himself, he does not get a defensive roll. So main phase 2, we have 6 cards. That is the most that we can get or have in our hand. So we'll keep it at that. And now it is the street rat's turn to go. So the street rat skips the income phase. They do not get an income phase, but they still get the upkeep phase. So they are just going to try to get a straights here. So the roll objective is the straights. See what happens here. So he has a 4 and a 5, and per the rules, we roll the other 3 dice. Whoops, I missed one. Alrighty, so he does have a micro straight right now, 4, 5, 6. He's looking for the 3. He does not get the 3, but he does have the micro straight. So he's going to steal 1 CP from me. So this is why I like to have the combat points tracker. That way if you add, subtract, whatnot, it's very easy to do. Alrighty, so that is it for him, and it is our turn to go. We get our income and upkeep phases here, and we got a Vegas baby. So let's roll a die, and we get 2 more CP, so we are at 7, which is excellent. Just as a reminder for synth, it's a stack limit of 7. So what we're going to do is go ahead and build our last bot here, which is going to be our nanobot. And then we will go ahead and spend 3 to upgrade our basic shock bot into an advanced bot. And we will go ahead and start rolling. So let's see. Whoops, I got to roll this one too. And then being a 4 still. So we did get schematics again, but I'm not really interested in it to some extent, but it wouldn't be bad at the same time. The reason why is if I can advance my bots, that would be fantastic. I also have here a 4, 5, 6, which is a small straight, which would allow me to gain a synth, nanite, and then deal 7 damage. Probably wouldn't be an awful thing to do. I think I'm going to stick with the schematics for one more time. That way I can build up my synth a little bit here and be ready to go for next time. Because he's not dealing a whole lot of damage overall right now. I'm not too worried about it. So schematics it is. We are going to draw 2 cards. So we got Jolt and Twice as Wild. We heal 2. Alrighty, and then we gain 4 synth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, so during our second main phase here, we will spend 2 CP for Jolt 2, and now we also have Nuts and Bolts. And then we will spend 3 synth to upgrade our heal bot to advanced bot. And now we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the bye-bye is really nice because the instant to get that out of here is also really good. Honestly, I'm probably going to get rid of one more time to sell that. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that will end my turn. So now it is the street rat's turn to go. So we will change out dice here. And once again, he's looking for those straights. So overall, all he has really is a 2 and a 4. So we will roll again. He's looking for that 3. He's got nothing there, so that's pretty good for us. And he did get the 3. So we have a 2, 3, 4, and that's it. He has no passive ability, so he's just going to be stealing 1 more CP from us. All right, so he is at 6 now. Alrighty, so it's our turn to go, and we will go ahead, do our income phase here, and we got a Nanite Assault. Probably save that for right now. I say that, however, we probably really need to use up some of these cards here. Let's go ahead and start rolling and see what happens here. So now we're looking to attack once I can remember to change out dice here. Alrighty, so 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So I think I'm going to stick with that and looking for a 5 here. Looking for a 5. Hey, we got the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Zap. So inflict Nanite. Deal 9 damage. And so dealing 9 damage, we will also activate the Shockbot. So we spend 1 synth to activate it, and then it increases that damage by 3. So we are dealing 12 damage against the Street Rat. So Street Rat gets a defensive roll of 4 dice here, and he's looking for a double Chaos, double Vortex. He did get the double Vortex, so he's going to steal a CP from us. But he is going to be taking that 12 damage. Alright, so we deal that first. So he is defeated, so we will take that back. And we'll put our defeated minions up top here. And now we got to do a loot die roll. So we're going to go off of this loot chart right here. And it's going to be a green treasure chest because the rewards right here is green. So let's see what happens. So on a 4, not a great roll, but we get a +2 attack modifier, which will be a positive status effect. Alrighty. And then we need to finish up our attack here, then activate any 1 bot. So we can activate our heal bot because we can ignore normal activation requirements, meaning that we can roll activate this bot up to 2 times. So we'll just do it the 1 time here. 6. We heal 2. Alrighty. And that is it for the Scorched Desert. Alright, so we will continue on here and we'll pick up this salve. So in the grand scheme of things, even though we took the 6 damage, we got all 6 of it back. We were able to get some gold, kept our salves, worked out really well overall. For here, we get another loot die roll. So on a blue chest, it's a 1, so it's going to be a +1 modifier. That is a stack limit of 2, so we have a +3 overall. If we end up getting another one, we discard 1 and keep the one that we want. Alrighty. And the tile, Town Center. Discard 1 card randomly, all other heroes draw 1 card. Meaning we don't get to draw 1 because we're not all other heroes. So we just discard 1 randomly and then we draw a blue level 2 minion. So let's hope it's not the Twice as Wild. That would be really sad. And alright, so not this time, not great, but better than other ones that were in there. Alrighty. And our level 2 minion is the Blind Archer. Alright, so she's going to be dealing undefendable damage and preventing damage on defense. 12 health, 3 CP. Alrighty. And there's no first strike, so we get to go first here. So our upkeep phase, we get 1 synth, income, 1 CP, and draw 1 card, which is going to be our helping hand. Alrighty. I think what I'm going to do here is I may inflict Nanite Assault on this one to make it that much easier. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and roll first and see what happens. Get that out of here. Alrighty. 2, 3, 4. So it's the start of a good straight here. We also have 2 6s. We're close to nuts and bolts. Not really close to Eureka at all. So let's go ahead and roll the 2 6s here and see what happens. Alrighty, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can get our last one. No. Alright, so we have a small straight here. So we get a gain a synth, inflict 2 nanites, fantastic. Then deal 7 damage. Again, if your offensive roll phase results in an attack, you may activate this bot upon activation. Increase that damage by 3. Can never be activated twice in 1 turn. That's for the shock bot. So we will go ahead and use that synth to add 3 damage. So it's going to be 12 damage, or I'm sorry, 10 damage overall. So she gets to roll 4 dice for her defensive roll. Looking for that right there. I mean, we could do helping hand, but I'm not too concerned about it. So preventing the 4. So she is going to be taking 6 damage. Alrighty, so throw it down to 6. And, ooh. Let's see. I could, if I wanted to, add some damage here. Adds 3. So if I added another 3, she would have 3 left. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to use our 2 attack modifiers as well. So it'll be another 3 damage on top of it. Alrighty. So now it will be her turn to go. And she's looking for a true sight here. So she's keeping vortexes. And 1 more roll. Ah, she did not get it. So she strikes out. Alrighty. So it is our turn to go here. And for our upkeep phase, we get a gain 1 synth. And then for our nanobot, you may activate this bot during your upkeep phase. Upon activation, detonate all nanites. So you'll spend 2 because it's still basic. And activate the Blind Archer and blow her up for the last 3 damage for 2 nanites. And she is defeated. So we get a roll for a loot die here. It is a 10 on blue, which is going to be 3 health. Excellent. All right, so we're at 28. Remember, we can go 10 past our starting health. All right, so this is interesting. So what happens, Greg, when this happens where it's like I defeated it, but I still have my turn to go? You still get your full turn. So even though that happened during my upkeep phase, do I continue on? No, you do this first. You keep on doing what you can. I needed to get rid of 1 card last time. I would probably get rid of the get that out of here. I apologize for that. So now I draw, and I got a samesies. So I still have 7 cards in my hand. So let's see what happens here for an offensive roll against no enemy. I really don't want to draw more cards, but healing and gaining synth would be nice. So let's go ahead and try to go for schematics here. And if I whiff, I whiff. Okay. 3. Hey, we got it. All right. So drawing 2 cards here, which are going to be Overclock and Arcing Shield. So heal 2. So we are now at 30 and gain 4 synth. 3, 4. Excellent. All right. So now main phase 2. Let's go ahead and spend 2 CP for Overclock 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta get rid of 2 cards here. Preventing damage would be good. Helping Hand, I'm not too worried about that. So let's go ahead and sell Helping Hand for 1. And 1 more card here. I'm gonna do Nanite Assault, I think. Because everything else is either preventing damage, which I don't really do. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now I'm at 6 cards here. Also, I'm going to spend 3 synth to upgrade my nanobot to advanced. So now all 3 bots are advanced now. All right, so we will continue on here. And we have our first shard. And go right there. All right. And it is a Emerald Coast. So we gain 1 CP for that right there. Remove all status effects from a chosen hero who currently has at least 1 status effect. So we do have 2, which are the synth. These salves are unique status effects, so you don't get rid of those. And the bots are companions. So we got rid of those. We will gain our CP. And we will spawn a level 1 minion, which is going to be Serpentine, or Serpentine. Yeah, Serpentine, that works. So she has 9 health, 2 CP, inflicting some poison on us. Alrighty. Alright, now she does not have first strike, so we get to go first with the upkeep phase, gain 1 synth, draw a card, gain 1 CP. So we were able to get Scrap Collector. Really good on that one. So let's go ahead and do that and spend the 2 CP on that. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start rolling. See what we can get here. 2, 3. Let's see. I could try to go for Eureka or a straight here. So let's try to go for that. Ugh. Alrighty. We do have Nuts and Bolts, gain 5 synth. It's not an awful thing to do, but oh, Scrap Collector goes down here. That would make more sense. Alrighty. So we could also get Spanner Strike, which isn't awful. I think I'm going to roll these 2 again. See if I can hit that 4. I do not. I hit that 5 and another 2. Let's see here. I could just do a samesies, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to samesies for 1 CP. And we are going to samesies the 5. So now we have Eureka. So gain 3 synth. 1, 2, 3. Then deal 7 damage. We will also activate Shockbot to make it 10 defendable damage. And Serpentine is looking for 6 here to inflict poison. All right, so see what happens. She does not inflict poison. She takes all 10 damage, and she is defeated. So we are going to be rolling the loot die here. And we're looking high number here, a 19 on blue, or I'm sorry, not on blue, but on green, which is going to be a common card. All right, so this is going to be an unidentified common card, which means we're going to just leave it right here. And we get to try to identify it if we wanted to at the conclusion of the portal crawl. Alrighty. And so she'll go away. And let's go ahead and come in right here. We get a roll for a loot die. And it is a 3. So a 3 is going to be a +2 modifier. Alrighty. And I'll take care of that. And now we roll, and it's going to be a Cascade Cliffs. Remove all status effects from the active player, which would be the person that revealed the tile, and then draw 1 card, and then reveal a level 1 minion. So that's unfortunate. Our +2 modifier is gone, and our 3 synth are gone as well. But we do get to draw a card, which is going to be a triple up. Alrighty. And our minion is going to be Shadowcat, and she does have the first strike ability, meaning that she gets to attack first. She's going to try to scratch us up here and make us bleed. All right, so she has 9 health, 2 CP, and she gets to roll first. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that here. Alrighty, so she's looking for slashes here. And she get all 5 on 3 of a kind, which she does not have. So she's going to be dealing 6 defendable damage. 6 defendable. We get to roll 4 dice here. Alrighty, so on the 6, we inflict nanite. And for the gear, we gain 1 synth. And for a heal bot, you may activate this bot up to 2 times after being attacked with at least 6 damage. Upon activation, roll a 1 die. So we are being attacked with 6, so we can activate the heal bot, spending 1 synth. And on a 4, we get a heal 2, so we're going to be taking 4 overall damage. What we can also do, let's see, do we want to do Robo Revenge or Arcing Shield? Both prevents 2 damage. One does the nanite, and one we don't have the synth, so I think we should definitely keep that. Let's see, she would be taking 3 damage, so 6 overall. You know what, let's go ahead and do Robo Revenge. So we're going to spend 1 CP, preventing 2 more damage, and so we're going to take 2 overall now. So we're at 28, and then she is inflicted with another nanite. All right, so now it's our turn to go. We will gain a synth. Use that synth with the nanite bot or nanobot, blow it up, and the Shadowcat will be taking 3 damage. So she will be at 6 now. Now we get our upkeep phase and income phase. Alrighty, so we will do synthesize. Looking for 6 here. Not a 6. We do not have a tippet either. So we just get a draw card. Nothing bad on that. We did gain high voltage, which would probably be really good to have here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 cards right now. Not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and start rolling. Alrighty, so we got 2, 4, 5. So we're going to try to go for Eureka here. The reason why is I'm going to try to gain some synth, and I'm also going to try to deal enough damage. We do not get it. Oh, I missed Scrap Collector. During your upkeep phase, roll 1. Oh, okay, so I needed to do that instead, so this was a 2. So I want to backtrack here real quick. It's cockeyed. We'll re-roll that. All right, so it's a 6. So on gear or bolt, either way, you would gain 2. So I would have 1 more synth during the upkeep phase. That was my fault on that for that misplay. This was a 2. And let's go ahead and triple up here real quick. Spending 2 CP to draw 3 cards. And we got a Spanner Strike 2, Getting Paid, and a Tippet. So let's go ahead and get paid, gain 2 CP. And we can try to tip something. It looks like a 3 is all we need. So let's go ahead and try to tip it for 1 and make this 4 into a 3. So we also have a small straight, which would be more in terms of damaging back, but all we need is a Eureka. So we will gain 3 synth. 1, 2, 3. And deal 7 damage. I'm not going to activate the shock bot because she only has 6 and her defense ability won't prevent any of it. She gets to roll 1 die though, and on a slash she bleeds. Alright, so she does not bleed or make me bleed. So she is defeated. We get to roll a loot die. And on a 2, unfortunately, it's going to be a +1 modifier. Alrighty. Alright, so let's go ahead. Main phase 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 cards here. So we will go ahead and save it and continue on. Let's go ahead and hit this big guy right here. So the 4 will go right there. We will gain this salve, so we now have 4. And we'll flip this over. Alrighty. Emerald Shoal. So we get 1 CP. Remove all status effects from all heroes. That's once again unfortunate. And then we get a level 3 minion. So there goes our 4 synth once again. +1 right there. And our epic. Oh, Crushing Golem, 16 health, 4 CP, looking to clobber us, no first strike on a passive. So on an failed offensive roll, inflict concussion. Looks like he's going to be preventing some damage as well. Alright, so we will get his dials ready to go here. And it's our turn to go first. Let's go ahead and gain our synth, gain our CP, and gain our card, which is going to be a double up. Let's go ahead, let me see here. I don't know if I want to really use Spanner Strike right now. I really don't know if I want to use High Voltage either. That's still a instant action card, so I can use that at any time. So let's go ahead and start rolling and see what happens here. Oh, my passive, I'm sorry, I got to roll. Do I get an extra one? No, it's just the 1 synth for the upgrade. I keep on forgetting that, so I just got to roll for it is all. So still only the 1. Alrighty, so let's start rolling. So 1, 2, 3, 5-5. Just short of Eureka. I'm not really looking for schematics here. Let's keep the 2, 3, and the 5. Let's see if we can get something good here. If I can keep a hold of my dice. Alrighty. So 2 6s right there. Let's go ahead and roll these. I'm going to chance it here. Alrighty. 2, 3, 5, 6, 6. So let's go ahead. I am going to use the Twice as Wild right now. The reason why is because, I mean, he's the second baddest minion for this crawl, and sometimes you just kind of have to use what you got at the time and not save it like you would for normal PvP, because every point matters. Alright, so for that, I would have Overclock 2, deal 6 undefendable, then activate up to 2 different bots. Now for my ultimate ability, I would gain 2 synth, inflict nanite, and then deal 10, then activate 2 different bots as well. I think I am going to do that. So let's go ahead and 6 it. Let's go ahead and do an ultimate ability here of some maximum power. So we are going to gain 2 synth, inflict nanite, deal 10 damage, and I will go ahead and activate Shockbot on your offensive roll phase. Results in attack, activate it. So we'll go ahead and do this and add 3 damage to it. So now it's going to be 13 damage overall to the Crushing Golem. And since it's an ultimate ability, he does not get a defensive roll. And then I can activate up to 2 different bots. So I can now activate my heal bot for one of them, so we can roll for the heal. And it looks like that's going to be a 1 heal. And then I also activate my nanite bot, or nanobot, I'm sorry. So nanobot, right there. And I don't have to roll for this one. It's just to receive 1 damage overall. Alrighty. So we were able to deal 14 damage right there. Not too bad. Main phase 2. Let's go ahead and we'll leave it as is. How's that? So he gets to go now. And he is going to be looking for 3 vortexes here. And he does have them. So he gets to roll two dice here. Whoops. Rolling 2. So deal damage equal to the total roll value. If it's less than 7 and inflict concussion, it is not. It is 10 defendable damage. So I get to roll 4 dice here. And it looks like I get a gain 3 synth, which is going to be much needed. And I'm going to activate my heal bot twice since I've been attacked with at least 6 damage. So I can just roll both of these here. So take 2 synth away. And it's going to be a total of 2 health. And let's go ahead and use our Arcane Shield, prevent 2 as well. We'll spend the synth to make it 3 instead. So now we're 5 out of the 10. Let's go ahead and double up real quick. So 1, 2. Not going to help us, so we are going to be taking a total of 5 overall. So we now are at 24. Alrighty. So it's our turn to go now. Upkeep phase, gain 1 synth. Income phase, gain 1 CP and draw a card. And we got a So Wild. That is so nice. I think I am going to sell the Spanish Strike too, just to gain that little extra. And I think we're going to be good from there. So let's go ahead and start rolling. Let's see what we can do here. He only has two health. I don't really have anything that does undefendable damage other than Overclock 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I have Nuts and Bolts. I really don't want that though. I think I'm gonna roll these 3. I want some more gears. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 5. And let's go ahead and roll the 1 and see if we can get a 3. We got a 6. Not helpful. So let's go ahead. Do I want to use the So Wild on this? That is the question. Because right now I really don't have anything. So I think we're going to have to use the So Wild. Spend 2 CP. I want to make this a 3. So now we have a large straight. Inflict Nanite. And deal 9 damage. We won't activate the Shock Bod. This should be more than enough to defeat it. But then we can activate any one bod ignoring activation requirements. That's a then ability, so this has to happen first. So you're rolling all 5. Alrighty, so just so everyone is familiar with what we're doing here, we are preventing 1, 2, 3. So out of the 9, he prevents 3, so he is taking 6 overall. Alrighty, so the 6 will defeat him, which means we get to roll the loot die. Looking for a high number here. A 4. Okay, +3 modifier is right there. And I do realize that I gained the 1 CP, I didn't roll for it. Let me roll for the synth. For the upkeep, it was the 1 anyways. Alrighty, so I need to really remember that for future playthroughs. I apologize for that. Alrighty, so main phase 2 is nothing else. For right now at least. We'll keep it at that. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do as I talked about earlier. Let's go right there. Clean this up real quick. Pensive Pond, roll a die, and see what happens here. On a 1, gain Parasite. Alrighty. So just in case you're not aware of what Parasite does, it's right here. During their upkeep phase, player inflicted with this token has a positive status effect. They receive 1 damage. Additionally, if they spend a positive status effect to prevent or avoid, remove Parasite, then receive 3 damage as an isolated source of undefendable damage. Alrighty. So, unfortunate for that. Oh, you can reroll die 1 CP per reroll. I'm not going to do it. Not a huge thing, because more than likely I'd probably just roll it again. So, alrighty. So we need our minion, which is going to be the Lizard Mage. No first strike. So let's see what happens here. We get his health and CP. And we get to go first, so I need to roll for my Scrap Collector. It is a 6, so gain 2 synth. Look at that, I remember it this time. We will take a damage for our Parasite in our income phase. And draw a card. It'll be Zap 2. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and just get rid of that parasite. So we'll say bye-bye to it. Alrighty. And let's see, what do we want to do next here? Let's go ahead and just start rolling and see what happens here. Alrighty, 44116. Let's go ahead and we're gonna look for gear. We did get the gear. Alrighty. So we once again got Eureka. So gain 3 synth. So we are now at max synth. Deals 7 damage. And we'll go ahead and activate the shock bot. So it's going to be 10 damage overall. Alrighty. So the lizard mage gets to roll 3. And just so y'all can see. Alrighty. Nothing happens. So he does not deal any damage, but he still takes the 10. So he is now defeated. Excellent. So we got to roll for a loot die. And it is a 10. Hey, how about that? Plus 2 health. Awesome. So we get 2 health back, and we're back to 25. Sweet. Alright, so now that we have defeated the lizard mage, we will continue forward and go after this tile here. So we will pick up the 3rd and final cube, or piece here, to fill up the cube. Looks like it may go that way. Just like that. I apologize if there's a little bit of a notice or difference in the lighting or view. I had to pause for a minute and get back on, and the lighting's kind of changed on me a little bit, but should be good overall. So what we have here are the twisted roots. So we gain 2 gold. We also gain entangled. Then receive 1 damage per positive status effect. You have maximum of 3. Unfortunately, we do have that, so we will be gaining or being dealt 3 damage to us. So we'll get our 2 gold here, so we are now at 18. And entanglement right there. So we have quite a few status effects on us, and then we gain a blue minion to fight. And it looks like we have the trickster, so he will have 8 health to start with, along with 4 CP, and he does have first strike, so he will attack first. It looks like he's been doing some undefendable damage to us as well, stealing some CP as well and preventing some damage. Alrighty, so he will go first. Let's see what he does here. So he will keep this, and that, and he's going to roll and looking for another vortex. He did get it. Do I have anything that I can mess with that? I do not. So we'll go off. He will deal 4 undefendable plus on a chaos or vortex, your opponent discards 1 randomly. So when it says your opponent, it means the person going against or the person he's attacking, because you have to treat the minion as a player in that sense. So, and we got rid of Zap 2, or yeah, Zap 2. I thought I picked that up. That should have already been down. My understanding was that I was already down. Well, let me check here real quick. Alright, I apologize about that, but yes, it is going to be the Zap that gets discarded. I did not play it because I didn't have any CP. So he doesn't actually, or he does attack me for the 4 damage, and there's nothing I can do about that because the heal bot has to be a minimum of 6 in order for me to do anything. So we will take the 4, so we are now at 18. and we'll go ahead and start our turn. So we will gain, oh, I'm sorry, we need a roll for our upkeep phase. So we'll roll, and we did get a gear, so that's going to give us 2. However, we have a maximum stack limit of 7, which we have reached. We'll get our upkeep phase, and we got Ooh Shiny. Definitely don't need that right now. So we'll go ahead and start rolling. Remember, we only get 2 rolls because of Entangled. Okay. Ooh. I do not have a card in order to oh, alright. I don't have a card to make any of these 6s as well. So that is an interesting conundrum here. I'm sorry if it's a little out of whack here for the video. There we go, it's a little bit better. Not sure what's going on there. Alrighty. You know what, we gotta risk it. Just gotta risk it. Oh, 2 and the 4. We have Entanglement. I also forgot about that. So, unfortunately, that is all that I can do. So it's going to be Power Up, which is inflict 3 nanites on a chosen opponent, which will be the Trickster. So that is quite unfortunate overall. And main phase 2 is nothing else for me. I do get rid of the Entanglement though. So it'll be his turn to go. And that is a solid roll for the Trickster, as he got it on the first roll. So now he'll be rolling to see what happens here. He rolled another Vortex, which means another discard randomly. So let's see what I lose here. It is going to be the Ratchet Up 2. It's alright. I'm getting too close to the end here, so it's not a huge thing that I lose it. So my turn to go here, and let's see what happens here. So on the upkeep phase, let me just remind upkeep phase. I can activate my Nanobot by getting rid of or spending 1 synth, and then detonate the nanites, which is going to be 5 damage. So he's going to be down to 3, which is good for me. And then I get a roll to see it is a gear for the upkeep phase. Gain 2 synth. I'm only going to be able to get the 1. I am saving that synth in order to use up for the next couple monsters. So we do get another CP and another card, and we got Eureka 2. Probably gonna save that. It does deal an extra damage, which is probably nice. I'll probably use it for the next time around, but we'll get going here. And we have a 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. Let's go ahead and let's see. He's able to prevent up to 3 damage. Let's go ahead and roll these 2. So we got a 3. And so we have Nuts and Bolts. I don't really need that. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. So we can do Spanner Strike. So I can roll 1 die or spend a synth to roll 3, which I will do. So I get to roll 3 dice here. We'll take these 2 out. And looking for a little bit of everything here. And that's exactly what we got. So we're going to add 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. That will be enough to defeat him, as he does still get an offensive roll here. he does not get it, and the trickster goes down. So we got to do a loot die, and let's see what we get. A 7 for blue. 7 for blue is going to be draw 1 card. Alrighty, so we draw 1 card, and that was Better D. That's probably pretty good for the Artificer. So put that away. And now we will continue on and go after this level 2 tile, which is going to be Stained Pyre. Gain 2 gold and spawn a blue. Alternatively, receive 3 damage and explore an unadjacent tile. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So we will take 3 damage. Yeah, we'll take 3 damage here, so we're at 15. And then we're going to go after this blue one right here. So that gives us another salve. And this is the Desert of Salt. Spawn a green, alternatively roll a die. And let's go ahead and roll it, because why not? So, in the roll, we're looking for 4, 5, or 6. I'm going to get this out of here. 4, 5, or 6. Hey, it's a 4. All right, so we gain 2 gold. So we are now at 20. So we do not have to spawn the green because we didn't roll for the blue on that. So now the choice is, do we want to go for the blue, or do we want to just try to head out of here? Let's go ahead and get out of here. So we are going to go after the level 4 minion here, which is going to be the boss portal. So this will happen every single time. Alright, so we gain 2 CP and 3 gold. 2 CP, 3 gold, and we will spawn a level 4 minion with an additional King's Hand token, and it is probably the nastiest of them all, the Emperor Cobra. The reason why is because he doesn't actually attack, he just inflicts all this nasty stuff on you. So, he has 30 health, 8 CP, and he will start with 2 King's Hands. The reason why he has 1 right here, and an additional 1 because of the tile. Passive ability, at the conclusion of the turn, your opponent receives the damage for each negative status effect they have. Alrighty, so let's go after this Cobra. Get the 2 King's Hands tokens out there. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave this guy right here with his 2 King's Hands just for a little better close-up. And we get to go first, so we get to get our synth. And let's see, I don't have anything to inflict nanobites or nanobots, so we'll draw a card. And we got schematics too. Not great now anymore, but we will go ahead and upgrade Eureka just for the extra damage. So that's going to be 2 CP. And we will go ahead and start rolling. So we'll see what we can do here. Alrighty, so not great. But we can still do something pretty good here, even with Spanner Strike, which is what we have. So Spanner Strike, we can spend a synth and roll 3 dice. And looking for 1 of each again. 1 of each. We did not get 1 of each. We actually got 2 bolts. So, with this, we add 1 damage, and on the bolts, we gain a synth. And we are going to be dealing 5 damage, plus the +3 modifier that we received earlier. So that's going to be 8. And then we are going to spend 1 synth for Shockbot, which is going to be 11 damage. And I don't think there's anything else I can do. So 11 damage it's going to be. Defensive roll, he's rolling 1 die. He does not defend. So I need to make sure I update his dials here real quick. So he took 11, so he is now down to 19. So we'll go ahead and put, so he's at 19 now. Alrighty. And now it's the Emperor's turn here. Let's see what he can do here. So he got nothing out of that first one, but he did get 3 6s. So good thing it wasn't against Fallen Boss. Nothing again. Once again, he's looking for those vortexes. And he got 2 of them. Alright, so this is what happens here. He failed his offensive roll phase. So he's going to spend a King's Hand in order to attempt to get another offensive roll phase. So if we look at the scenario card, which I can go and grab it right here. Tokens used per turn is 1, and successful roll value is a 4, 5, or 6. So if he rolls a 4, 5, or 6, he gets another offensive roll. If not, then he's done. So he did roll a 5, so he gets another offensive roll phase. Alrighty, so let's try this again here. So he got 1 this time, and you get 2 more rolls. Alrighty, can he get 1 more? It's likely, very likely. Oh, he did not. Alright, so we lucked out, and that is his turn. He does not get to spend another King's Hands token until the end of his turn is over. So, with that said, it is now our turn. So let's try to make the most of this. As he has 19 health, we have 15. And we drew Transference, which is really good to get right now against him. We do have 3 6 cards in our hands. Don't really need to use schematics now, I don't think. So let's go ahead, because all it gains me is 2 CP, which really isn't bad, but we're going to start rolling here and see what we can do. So I'm looking for good rolls here. Not bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we did get a large straight. Sorry for, there we go. All right. So a large straight here, so it's Zap. Inflict Nanite. Deal 9 damage. We will also activate our Shockbot. So spending 1 there. 1 synth. So we are up to 12 damage now. And let's see what he can do to the 12 damage. Rolling 1 die. It is a 1, so I am going to start bleeding now. Alrighty, so that's done. Then activate any 1 bot. I'll activate the heal, or I'll activate the heal bot here. And I need to get his health here. It was going to be 9, 12 damage. So 1, 2. He is down to 7. So we'll go ahead and activate the heal bot for free. Rolling a die. It is a 1. So we get a heal 1. Alrighty. Alrighty. So that ends my turn. Or, I'm sorry. Let's see. I don't want to what status effects right now. So that is it for me. And now is the Cobra's turn to go. Alrighty, so you got 1 vortex. Looking for 2 more here. And he did get it. Alrighty, so I have nothing to mess with it. So he will inflict poison, entangle, and 2 bleeds. I believe that the stack limit is 2 on that. So I'm already at my stack limit there. And then at the conclusion of your turn, which means the Emperor Cobra's turn, your opponent, me, receives 1 damage for each negative status effect they have. So I have 2, 4. So I'm taking 4 damage. Alright, so down to 12. Alright, now it's my upkeep phase, so I gain 1 synth. However, I'm going to take 1 damage for the poison. And now I have to roll for the 2 bleeds that I have. So we'll go ahead and do this. I have 2 dice here, and I am going to bleed twice, so I'm at 9 now. Alrighty. And now we do our income phase. Last card in my deck, try again. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and transfer the poison to the Cobra. And I think that's going to be it for right now. So let's go ahead and start rolling. Alrighty, so we have 2, 3, 4. I could go for Spanner Strike. I only have 2 rolls here. So let's see what I can do here. Another 2 and a 6. So let's go ahead. We're going to try again here. With the 6 here, let's see what we can do. It is a 2. Alrighty, so we have Spanner Strike yet again. So we'll do Spanner Strike, spend 1 synth. So we get to roll 3 dice. So it's 1 of each. So it's going to be 3 damage plus a synth. So it's going to be 4 damage, 7 damage to the Cobra. It's a 4. He does not bleed on me, but he takes the full 7 damage, and he is defeated. So I know I could have probably used my Nanite there as well as probably use the synth a little bit more effectively. Because I was backed up quite a bit. So I probably should have spent 4 and just keep that train going. Definitely keep that in mind for future playthroughs, and especially against the Fallen Barbarians. So we have 1. So what I'm going to do here is clear out a little bit, stand by, and then we're going to find out what happens next. Alright everyone, so first thing we got to do, before we actually clean up, we need to finish up the loot die that we just defeated the Emperor Cobra with. So let's go ahead and find out what happens. It is an 11, so an 11 is going to be an unidentified rare card. Awesome. Alright, so what happens next, Greg? Well, I'm here to tell you. We're going to go back to our scenario card here. If it, there it goes. So upon victory, shop 3 question mark, shop 1 question mark, record win on score sheet, advance to the next scenario. So what does that mean? That means we're going to go to our deck of common cards, loot cards, and we're going to pull out 3 commons. Which it looks like to be Codex, Transference 2, and Prophetic Orb. And then we also pull out 1 rare, which looks like to be Pack Mule. Alright. So, and then this is at Rosella's shop. So this is her backside and her story, if you're interested in that. So what happens here is, let me pull her back in here. So if we want to, we can spend 10 coins or 10 gold to purchase a common or 15 to purchase the rare. We also have an option of identifying an unidentified card. So what happened is we have two cards. We have one common and one rare unidentified card. We can spend 10 gold to identify it and have it go immediately into our deck. How much gold do we have? Well, we ended with 23, but no matter what happens, you round up to the next 5 interval. So it would be 25. So we have 25 gold here. So we have some pretty interesting stuff here. Pack Mule we don't really need because it says you and a chosen teammate may freely give CP or salves to each other. We don't have any allies with us, so that one can be taken out of the picture. For here, Transference 2, the difference is it's 1 less CP, which is really nice. Prophetic Orb, Income Face, draw 2 instead of 1. That's not bad either. It's pretty pricey though for 3 CP. And then Codex, search any card and put it into your hand. Again, not bad, pretty expensive at the same time as well. So let's go ahead and test our luck. We are going to spend 10 gold and we're going to reveal the rare card. All right, Strength Serum. Draw a card. Chosen hero gains a damage boost +4. Wow, okay, I like that a lot. So that'll go to our deck. And then let's go ahead and identify the unidentified common card, Vegas Baby 2. Roll 1 die, gain half the value of CP. If desired, this die may be re-rolled 1 time. Awesome. Alrighty, so those 2 cards will go to our deck. The cards that we did not purchase, if they were in Rosella's market, we do not get to sell those. Those would only be for the unidentified cards, and you cannot sell common cards per the rules. If need be, I can show you that of where that is said, but there is a rule about not being able to sell commons. We did end up with 5 salves, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and look at our score sheet. And we need a pen here, so let's go ahead and fill this out. So we had remaining salves. Like I said, we have 5, so we'll put a 5 here. And then unspent gold, we unspent 5 gold, so it's 1 for each 5, so that's 1 right there. Unclaimed boss loot, that doesn't pertain to us, so it's 0. Explored all tiles, we did not. And then scenario score is right here, which is 30. So 30 plus 1 plus 5 is 36. And then this 5 will go right up here. And now we go to scenario number 2. So that is right there of how you would fill out that score sheet. So that is the first run through, first scenario, first session of Dice Throne Adventures solo mode for the Artificer. Hope you enjoyed it. If you find anything that you enjoy or saw that could improve, let me know down in the comments below. On that, stay tuned for the next playthrough for the Artificer versus the Fallen Barbarian. Thanks.